But what we should be doing is hitting continue. Don't y'all think? It was thundering and lightning at like 1 a.m. last night, and I was just like, yes. So happy. Unfortunately, it also meant I couldn't really walk today.
Yet he has had but a century to make his changes. I have had an eternity in the arms of death.
So really, that's the saddest part. Okay. Temperance. The famine has made food scarce. Avoid starvation. And be prepared to hunt the undead. Okay. We're working with Estrella still, because we finished the ally and we finished the magician. Alright. Cave of Wonders, the Peasant King, Garage of the Depraved. No, we need as much food as we can get. So, deception, you know what? Sure. Arm wrestling, sure.
Don't you?
Sure. Let's get our duel going. I still don't know what this is for yet. Mage's Workshop. Sure, let's take St. Tala's Day. Trade a blessing. Let's do the Field of the Fae. That's corrupted. We don't care about the corrupted right now. What we want is to kill undead. So we like holy. Stuns mages. Grab that. Because I don't really care which shield we have as long as we have one. This is for corrupted. There's one for the undead, right? Oh well. I still didn't finish this one. This one's for the undead. Take that as well. Reaper's Arrow is a new one. But Champion's Plate Mail we have not found yet. Jousting Armor we can't do. Pious Robe. Resists Corruption. Resist the Northern. Wait, what's this one? Charged Bash. Pious Robe will actually be pretty good for us. Because we lose, health instead of, or max health or whatever. Shard, Ring, what's this? Beat 60 Dice Gambit, sure. Alright. We're gonna take more food because we need more food. Oops. Excuse me. I'm gonna take that and that, just so we have a good sword and shield and extra food. So, we've got a famine going.
The Empire works against its own people, yet none of it matters. There will be no uprising as long as they are fed. Yet, take away their bread, and even the most peaceful begin to consider the songs of revolt.
The songs of revolt. The innkeeper joins you at your table. I have some information. The Reaper was paid up front by a halfling known as Garrick Draukin. The price was apparently an entire cartload of gold. He made the contract and then left the city. Why, who's Garrick? A mercenary who was employed by the Imperial Army for several years until they wiped out the halfling kingdom. Since then, he works for the highest bidder. Dun, dun, dun. So where can we find him? He was last seen on the road to Bridgemore Village, a farming village in the outer provinces. The whole area is up in arms with this famine going on. If you want my advice, the innkeeper offers you should leave the city. Forget this life of death and glory. Find peace in whatever far-off land you can before your enemies catch up with you. Who knows what calamity would befall when they find out you're still alive. Well, naturally... Let's see. Uh-oh. We don't want to lose villagers. Oh, shite. Okay. This'll be interesting. This is all brand new to me, so... This entire portion. Oh, great. The famine, which means... equipment and everything super high.
Hunger. It chews at you. This whole land is starving, and you are left with only hard choices.
You'll wake one night to the sound of rustling. With a start, you realize there are thieving hands pilfering your supplies. You lunge for the closest thief.
I'm not a vain man. You must appreciate that this game, has been my focus for more years than I can count. I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
The fiend gets away with 2 of your food, leaving you shake your fists with rage.
Seek, but do not starve. A home for artifacts, rare and fabulous.
The Cave of
Also
Wonders.
Treachery and deceit.
Now, where have I heard of the Cave of Wonders before? This hidden oasis was once the home of a great magician, Merrick explains. His secrets are said to be lost, but I'm sure they can be found. Your reward cannot be much further. The flickering light of your torch reveals rows of magical treasure as you enter the secret vault of a long-dead magician. This chamber is rumored to hold items of great power, Merrick explains. The ancient relics and ornaments shimmer quietly under a layer of dust. Take your pick. Uh-oh.
Games within games within games.
You have to beat 17, which means 2 6s and a 5 or a 6. Naturally, we get none of that. Yay! Scheisen. You select a silver-framed mirror. Your reflection smiles wickedly before leaping out and attacking you. After a brief exchange, you land a single blow, causing the apparition to vanish. But only a few are real, Merrick admits, sensing your anger. The rest are traps for burglars, said to explode, or worse, without warning. Don't worry, this means one less trapped item. Sure, let's select another random item. 15, that's a little better. 3 5s, baby. That's not what we want. 3 5s, baby. That's not what we want. You select an ornately curved wand that suddenly shatters, impaling you with splinters. Well, we've successfully identified another trapped item. Can my luck be, like, any worse today? Thank you, game.
A win here sets the tone for your challenge.
The item you selected glows within a power as you pick it up. Wow, here's cool. The silencer of greed. It's more beautiful than I had imagined. Merrick grabs it hastily from you. This item will finally allow me to sway the guild. I am sorry, my friend, he says as he puts the artifact in his cloak. You were a great pupil and you've played your part, but now you are only a loose end. How dare this thief attempt to swindle me out of my treasure and then kill me? How dare he? The city breeds quick hands and hard hearts.
Oh, the Empire never trained me for this.
Stabbed through the head and now he's dead, baby. You got impaled by my sword. Seems I underestimated you from the first day you caught me back in the city bazaar. I should have known you'd best me in the end. Young thief winces as he pushes the artifact towards you. Take it, it is yours.
A moment of history and a cloud of death.
Arm wrestling? I love arm wrestling. It's like wrestling with your arms. Ow, Shizen. Yay! Ah, just short. Oh, man. You take the lesser reward for losing in the competition of strength. Damn straight we do. So we're gonna have a hard time coming up, but let's see what's in our camp real quick. Oh, Frontier Barbet. Love it. No food, only death abounds. Okay. La na na down, ba now now now, ba na now now meow, ba now now. Although you keep one hand on your weapon for the entire journey, nothing reveals itself as a threat. I know, right?
Next time, bring more food.
Uh-oh. You're surrounded by hungry armed villagers if you push forward to confront you, while many more hang back out of harm's way. Please, my children are starving. I have 2 food. I have no food. Oh god. The mob disperses slowly. Oh god, I need food. I cannot kill more than 10. Which means I'm gonna need a lot of food. Yay, food! But we need a lot more food. Because obviously we still need to, you know, just walk through. Oh, excuse me. For whatever reason, my throat is just... It feels like it's super dry, but also sticky. It's not a pleasant feeling. Yeah, you can't find any food. Holy purification, though. That's exactly what I was hoping to see. Very nice. Ugh.
Here's
Care
a
to
ticket
the
for you,
departed.
if you can earn it.
Ugh. Oh my god. Bring out your dad! We were so close. We just needed a better than a 1. So if we can actually... Like, the only way to get this token is to get above 16 on all of them. Oh, well. Good thing we didn't go down. They would have stolen food.
The people need food, and they turn to you because their leaders have failed them. The land itself has failed them.
Oh. I got no more food, Angies. Look at all these Angie people thinking I have food. Silly billies. All right. General store. All right, what equipment do you got? Broad shield, eh? Oh, these pious robes, though. Need more fame, but I'll take it. I'll take the dice roll.
This piece has passed through more than a few hands. Every gambler loses eventually, even when the deck is stacked in their favor.
Perfect. 4. Nah, I'll keep it, just in case. Food, yeah. 8 for 1. Like, jeez.
Of course, in a world that has lost all of its wonder, violence, muscle, and brute strength still remain. So like the usurper in all its ways.
Thomas the Ogre. You are cautiously approached on the trail by a group of Amas. Greetings, friend, one of them begins. Are you in need of supplies? The group explains that an evil ogre has stockpiled rations in his cave not far away. They intend to fight the creature and retrieve the goods to feed their families. Would you be willing to tag along for an equal share of the food? Sure. You set out at once for the ogre's lair. Along the way, they explain exactly what sort of beast is waiting for you. The mayor went to visit his prize-winning horse last week and found nothing in the stall but a torn saddle. Your companion exclaims, "Not a drop of blood! The beast must have picked it up and taken it home to eat." It ate my nephew's dogs right there in front of him, little Joseph, when I was out collecting firewood when the great hairy beast plucked his dog off the ground and swallowed it with one bite. Cassie's the baker told me he broke into his shop last month looking for food, set the whole place on fire while raiding the oven. He knocked out poor Chester's pie wagon right over with a single swipe of its mighty paw. He lost his entire day's supply in an instant. Have any of you ever seen an ogre? It was really quite as they exchanged. No, one of them offers, but my Aunt Maddie swears that it ate all the radishes in her garden. The monster's lair is just up ahead. One of the farmers comments sometime later. Is it now? A deep voice inquires as the monster in question strolls into view. Speechless farmers hastily retreat as the ogre stops and inspects you. My name is Thomas, and this is my domain. What business have you here? Please return the stolen food. I have stolen no goods from these humans. What food I possess I earned with my own hands in this forest. Your desperation does not give you the right to take what is rightfully mine. The farmers managed to find their voices, throwing all manner of accusations at Thomas, who merely shakes his head in response. Believe what you will, warrior, but know that I will defend my home. He lifts his weapon purposefully, saying, I may be more reasonable than most of my kin, but thought without action is pointless after all. Huh. I've only dropped like 200 frames, so I don't know what it is. What? The farmer's crying incredulously. Are you siding with this hulking monster? Despite their outrage and frustration, the farmers can do little but give up and return home. A reasonable human, Thomas comments, turning to you. You are indeed a rare beast. He gestures to a waterfall behind him. My dwelling lies behind this waterfall. Would you care to join me for a game? I have few visitors of your intellectual caliber. I may have a magical trinket for you if you can win. Okay. You follow the ogre back to his lair and sit at its own table. So what takes your interest today? Cards? Dice? Let's play dice. Let's re-roll all of it. YOLO. Shit. Thomas plays the game with both skill and luck. Never mind your loss, clearly you've never played that game before. Perhaps another game. See, there's an achievement for winning all 3 of these games.
Patience. Do not move too quickly, for haste breeds only failure.
We won one
That will
game!
set you in good stead from here.
You played the game well. I will have to do better in the future, Thomas admonishes himself. He reaches behind the table and lifts an item, saying, would this be of any use to you?
Nicely done.
Oh, we got
Some
that.
weapons, this one included, require a great hero to carry them.
Ogre San saying, thank you for your visit, human. I have enjoyed this afternoon's diversions, but now I must tend to other matters. Oh my gosh.
You would be better to avoid the Fae.
The
It is not my place
field
to tell
of
you what to
Fae.
do, however. The game will determine that.
Lying in a field on a warm summer day, you spy a tiny figure. You leap forth to catch her. You cup her in hands and peer inside. Let me go, she squeaks, and I'll grant you a wish. Dang, overshot it. Well, we got a huge success. Place her onto a flower.
What you do with that, given your position.
Bless you. Here is something for your journey. Braggart.
Now the power is yours to use.
Why, yes. I would love to use this. Why, yes. I would like to use this. I only had to use it one more time. Oh, great. We got the hungry peasants.
The well-fed are unpredictable. The hungry always seek a meal.
Here you
through
go.
force if necessary.
Here you go. Sorry, mate. I'm out. We are indeed the most pious, though. Bam, 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 ba-dum. Oh. Let's journey forward. Although you keep one hand on your weapon, you are not in danger. It's St. Tala's Day. On this day of penance and charity, you hear that a priestess will be blessing one and all for no cost. You find the flustered priestess at the church dealing with a huge crowd of peasants and nobles alike. You join the line. Elbows are thrown and harsh words are exchanged, but you finally make it to the front. Our blessings to you, cry quick, quick. I don't got all day. Pick two. Blessed for luck. A good harvest. Next. Well, that was nice. It's Cassius again. Fine. Let's fight Cassius. Make him rue the day he spat in our face. Ow. We get shot in the face a whole lot, don't we? Come here, big guy. I need to do more of those charged bashes, so that's why I just kind of let him do what he wanted to do. Ha! We finished the Frostbolt, though. Hell yeah, girl. Enough! I don't have time for this nonsense. Ah, but you do. Alright, get rid of the I'll keep the Frostbolts for now. Pious robes, how are those doing? Alright, 20 more of those. What about you? 25 more of those. Cool.
I cannot see how alliances with the thieves of the Empire improve your situation. The enemy of your enemy is not always your ally.
Yeah, and your advice is not always appreciated, Mr. Angry Eyes. Follow a trail of hearsay to an inn in the town of Alderose. The barkeep introduces himself as Hervey and says, Father Galfrey mentioned that you were a keen thief, so I have a lucrative proposition for you. I know Reeve is to be elected. I've intercepted the letter and made an adjustment to include myself, the great Hervey of Alderose. All I'd like you to do is get this list into the messenger's hand without him noticing. Messenger arrives, he rests his satchel on the stool beside him. Drop all my gold. First messenger, drop the contents of your coin purse on the floor. He gets off his stool, begins to help you gather your coins. While he's distracted, you slide a hand to slide the scroll into his satchel while thanking him profusely. You ought to be more careful, says the messenger, handing you the remainder of your coins. The messenger finishes his drink and continues on his way. Evie gives you a nod and says, here's your payment as promised. I'm going to make a great Reeve. I think I'll build a statue first. Fusion! Look at that, we've already gotten 4 gains, yo. Haha, and we're gonna avoid hungry peasants. Cause it's a great day to be alive. As the coins will shine and I close my eyes.
In my time, everything was in its place. The supposed Empire holds its borders like a drunkard holds a thoroughbred.
One day you meet a northerner displaced from her homeland by warfare. She explains she is a tracker for hire, working for those who can pay. She speaks at length about the nearby terrain. Hey, that's nice. For 5 gold, do you want me to take you there? Sure. Nah. Continues to tell you tales. Nah. What else you got? Corpse wagon? It's a wagon of corpses. As you will. I don't know what to do. You know, with her.
You continue to involve yourself in northern affairs.
It's
Imagine what you could have
fabled
if you'd
beast.
devoted yourself to study.
Ursus, a young warrior from the north, proposes a hunting contest. This farmer kindly saved my boy instead of handing him to the Empire. I will rid the land of the boars, destroying his crop in thanks. Who will be a worthy opponent? As you step forward to accept the challenge, the farmer warns, not only have they been wreaking havoc on my fields, a huge white beast ate one of my lambs. I hacked off one of its tusks, but he still roams. You and Ursus shake hands before heading into the fields, paying heed to the gnarly grunts echoing in the distance. Ah! You locate the boar's lair. Their great tusked beasts snarl as they catch your scent. They stampede out of the cave, running you into the ground. Oh, well. You hear Ursus cursing in the distance as the beast escapes. You continue hunting until the sun begins to set, then haul your kills back to the farmhouse. Ursus paces in front of a pile of dead beasts as the farmer tallies your kills. This adventurer is the clear winner today, having slain 18 beasts, announces the farmer. Take a basket as my latest harvest as a reward. Hey, look! Hey, look! Hey, look! Grateful to you both. My fields will be safe once more, says the farmer, embracing his precious young flock. And that is Lair of the Necromorph. What is the corpse wagon? Well, let's go take a look at the Peasant King first.
You see now how kings are made. Debt, poverty, and violence.
The Peasant King sits in a throne of bones and feathers to honor the downtrodden and forgotten. Clad in a heavy cloak and a leather cap, the grubby young man rises gracefully from the somber nest as you enter. The basement of Farwater's only tavern serves as his throne room. A gracious host, he offers you chipped mugs of something leafy and lukewarm. Some of the townsfolk claim he is a savior, others say he's a good-for-nothing layabout. Estrella explains, regardless, the peasants hold him in some esteem here in Farwater. He draws a curiously shaped set of pipes from a pocket and plays a jaunty tune. Enough! Estrella draws herself up tall. The peasants of Farwater will soon be cast from their homes. Is there anything that you can do for them? The infernal tooting stops, and the Peasant King lowers his pipes with a grin. 27 loaves of bread. You choke on your muddy tea. I don't have that much. As it always is in these parts. Well, how was I supposed to know I needed 27 bloody food? Oh boy, hungry peasants.
What do you think happens to the mind when one returns from death in this way? What happens to the heart?
We can actually grind up to 27 because the card is still active, by the way. Yes, infernal tooting. One night you wake to the sound of a rusty wagon wheel passing on a nearby trail. Cautiously, you sneak closer to observe the scene. A drudge of skeletons is slowly dragging a wagon full of corpses through the forest. They seem oblivious to your presence as they continue their journey. Let's follow them. After tedious hours trailing the macabre band, you approach a hill far from any settlement. Atop the hill stands a stone circle marked with eldritch runes. The skeletons drag their prize tall into the center. A sudden flash of blinding light forces you to look away. When your vision returns, the circle is empty, apart from an abandoned wagon. Dun 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 dun! Not the infernal tooting! Yeah, I'm gonna buy that. Alright, well, let's see how long it takes us to get to 27 food. We don't need money anymore, but I'll take health. We just need food. La da da, la da da, la da 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 la. Right. I was just letting you know, like, my order of appreciation right now. It doesn't really matter, so, you know. Oh, we don't need to heal. You can change your answer, you know that, right? You've done that several times. Also, why do I not need plus 25 health? It's because I'm at full health right now. You have before. Watch. Put hashtag C. I don't think you've noticed before, because sometimes I do just go really fast. Oh, I know. It's okay. But yeah, I did blow past the one that would have healed me 25 simply because I was at full health. So I was just like, no need to be, you know, getting a health up or a heal for nothing. Hey, we're getting kind of lucky. We're getting several foodie foods in a row. That's nice. Because it just fills up the thing. I know. I mean, we don't have to do it, but I could also turn the voting stuff off. So, like, you know. And then just turn it into the normal game where we're not grinding up anything. Right. I understand the pain. I try not to do this that often is the thing, so... Alright. The infernal tooting stops. Okay. Have your 27 bread. The peasant king bows. I confess there is little else I can do for these people. He suddenly becomes very serious. I will scrounge and blackmail what food I can, but without their homes and farms, it will not be enough to keep everyone alive by winter. This is a generous gift, but even if you were to bring me tenfold the amount of food, it is a lost cause. Estrella frowns. Is there no family or neighboring town that could welcome them? I know Borum, the tavern owner, has family in the city, but he is one of the few. The peasant king reclines on his bone pile. So it goes, Firewater could never stand against the will of the Emperor. No! Estrella shakes her head. Enough. People will not starve because they are not going to leave their homes. She bows to the peasant king and turns to leave, grim determination on her face. I have all but ignored my messages regarding the matter. There is only one thing for it. We must fight.
Opportunity, it seems, has come to town.
But how? The peasant king chuckles. You are but two warriors and the Empire cannot be stopped. Yes, it may be suicide. Estrella places a practiced hand on her pistol and grins. The odds are stacked against us. I cannot use my allies in the Empire, but I have garnered some underground contacts in my time. Come, we are going to visit a special friend of mine. Alright, we got our holy purification, we got our sacrificial bladies, we got our bias. Perfecto. I forgot about that.
She smells death upon you. Death promised but not delivered. Death whose time has been delayed.
The sky is unnaturally dark as you approach the ruined graveyard. A cloaked figure stands amid the crumbling tombstones. Despite your stealthy approach, it turns to watch your arrival. The living have no place here. She rasps the breath, leaving her body with some effort. Though you will make some fine source material for another minion. She raises her staff and undead rise from the graves. Nah. Well, usually I would just do it just because I'm going really fast, but, you know, you kind of got upset about it last time, so I've been trying to not do it as much.
Thanks.
Look at her boner shield. No, I'm just trying not to actually highlight the actual bad parts. But I can talk about it out loud if you prefer. Smoking ash is all that remains of the necromancer as you inspect the contents of the crypts. There you find letters written and signed with the Emperor's seal, each one calling for your death. What have you done to earn the Emperor's wrath? As if in answer, the voice of the hermit rings in your ears. It is not what you have done, but what you are yet to do. A powerful force presses against you, and every move takes you closer to the end of the game. You have few friends now. Well, there we go. That was temperance.
This is what we seek to eradicate.
We unlocked the
creeping horrors that stretch
mystery chest. I like mystery chests. We got Thunar's Talons, Thorn Shell, Ring of Defense. For avoiding unnecessary death. Colbjorn's Traps. We got Hero's Call, which we don't care about. We got Gladiator's Visage. We unlocked Thunderbolt. Na 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 na. Yo, we can start with Fame now. That's cool. And for fighting for Fall Water, we got Estrella's Unusual Contact. And that's another one, Bat in the Dust.
We have all come from the downtrodden and feel that we have been unheard. Some of us ascend to great power regardless.
We're dealing with the Empire, so I want Marksman's Blade, Broad Shield. I want six supplies, okay. Four lives hang in the balance as a mysterious stranger offers help for a price. Oh, wait, we're going against chance card games. Hold on, there's something here that helps with chance cards, I think. All right, let's start our deal with the devil, I guess.
Those who traveled with you are more than mere pawns in this story. They have their own goals and their own needs. Yet their stories have ended, or they would be here by your side, would they not?
Would they not? I don't know. Would they? You arrive at a tavern one evening, anxious to settle beside a roaring fire with your companions. As you enter, however, you are surprised to find no familiar faces. After a meal and several hours of waiting alone, a priest rushes in. Your friend, Ariadne, lies stricken at our temple. You arrive at the temple to find Ariadne laying on a simple bed, attended to by a church official, explaining that she has been stricken with dark magic that is slowly draining her life.
Let us see what the smith can achieve.
Somehow, this malady resists our attempts at curing, the official says sadly. It's as if her very soul were poisoned. I'm sorry. Her time is limited. The official leaves, shaking his head. It is not my place to say, the young cleric whispers, but perhaps there are other places you may seek help. In my work helping northern refugees, I have heard tales of their high priestess, a mystic of sorts who moves freely between the realm of man and the world beyond. If anyone could help your friend, it would be her. You know that the northern priestess will not see you unless you possess enough blessings. You have few options. The clerics help you ready Ariadne for transport and leave the temple. I need 4 blessings. I have 1.
I cannot tell you how much pleasure it gives me that those frauds who pretend to power now fall under the threat of imperial justice.
Step right up and marvel at the chest of many wonders, shouts a man draped in a colorful cloak. Use there, warrior, he says, pointing in the direction. Pay to play, there's plenty to gain. What are the rules? I'm glad you asked. It's very simple, you see. You guess what's in the chest. If you're correct, you keep the contents and guess again. But if you guess wrong, it's game over. Alright, let's play. The man grabs the gold from you with a smile. Now, if you'd give me another 4 gold, I can give you a little hint. Food. You pray for food and reach into the darkness. Damn. Feel something at the bottom of the chest, but what you withdraw is not food. Game over.
Given times are so dark, you are lucky to have allies willing to assist.
You are walking past a black plain carriage when the door suddenly opens and a huge pair of hands lift you inside. The carriage leaps forward as the door shuts, and you find yourself sprawled onto a seat opposite a huge, powerfully built but unusually ugly man. Lord Apollyon requests your presence, the ogre declares. The creature is silent the rest of the journey until you arrive at an impressive manor house. You exit the carriage and are brought into a large hall for an audience with Lord Apollyon. Ah, the great adventurer himself. Apollyon begins smiling broadly and sweeping forward to greet you. He bows slightly. We greet him graciously. I have heard of your exploits. I too am but a servant of the Empire and its people, and I'd like to offer my services if ever you have need of them. I don't presume to wield a sword or dodge a glotch roll as well as you, of course, but I do try to support good people with supplies and such, especially heroic figures such as yourself. Apollyon invites you to stay and entertain him with stories of your adventures so far. He seems captivated by every word, and several hours pass quickly. You lead an incredible life. I hope you'll return again soon with more enchanting tales. Apollyon takes an item from many adorning the wall and saying, Please accept this paltry gift. Perhaps it will help you rescue your friend. Wow, that's perfect. I would love to have this. We need more. Allow my coachman to take you back. Please visit anytime. Lord Apollyon. He's got that haircut that makes you go, huh. You know?
You have to wonder why anyone would help you. At least my motives are clear.
You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. Lord Apollyon, return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. Lord Apollyon, return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. Lord Apollyon, return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. How goes your quest to save Ariadne? Lord Apollyon asks. Well, we're kind of lacking blessings. Perhaps I could be of some assistance. I must confess that I have a weakness for games of chance. Apollyon leads you to a table in another room. A set of cards is already set upon it. If you win, then I will provide the blessings you require. Apollyon nods as he says, yes, I have the means. You'd be surprised what magical trinkets end up in my possession as part of my work. If I win, then you must pose with me for my next portrait. It will be entitled Champions of the Empire. Perhaps I shall have a statue of us made as well. I'll even stack the deck in your favor. After all, I enjoy the excitement of a game and care little for actually winning. I'm sure you'll do well. Well done! Apollyon claps in appreciation. I think you've played this before. He gestures to a darkly robed man who you failed to notice standing in a shadowed corner. The man comes to stand before you, his deep voice slowly intoning words in an ancient tongue. My associate is a follower of an ancient religion that you may not be familiar with, but rest assured that his devotion is second to none. As you sit through the lengthy ritual, you feel yourself drifting in and out of consciousness, whether from the droning voice or the potent incense being burned, you cannot say. We got a guardian angel. We got a deft eye. We got a steel opener. We got a steady heart. You suddenly awake, Apollyon watching you with a mild amusement from across the table. I expect you'll want to begin your journey to the High Priestess immediately. I sincerely hope your friend makes a full recovery. Anybody else got some suspiciones about our good friend, Lord Apollyon? Alright, what do we got? Marksman's Bane. I would love to have that, but it's not required right now.
Devils wait in the darkness, but which devil will you focus on?
As you pass near a darkened alleyway one evening, a blackened and misshapen hand grasps you, pulling you close to the darkness. You stand at the precipice of ruin. The Dark Lord has taken an interest in your destiny and even now is engineering your downfall. The hunched creature pulls you with surprising strength further into the shadows. But I can help. There is magic that can help you beat him at his own game. We can craft it, you and I. Doing so may test your spirit. But that's better than eternal darkness, eh? Looks up at you, his yellow eyes glowing faintly. Do not despair. We'll meet again soon. The merchant's favor. Oh, these are all good. I'm gonna take the broad shield.
You must ponder the ties that begin to bind. The trap is slowly laid for you.
Not the trap! Anything but the gumdrop trap! You cross the northern border and prepare yourself for the long journey to Mount Freydis. A surprise, however, to find a band of northern warriors waiting for you. The High Priestess is expecting you, the leader of the band declares. With their guidance and protection, you quickly find yourself once more in the ritual house of Esmeranthia. I know why you have come. The giantess begins moving to inspect Ariadne. She quickly sneers, saying, "It is no wonder your holy people cannot heal her. This is no minor curse or spell from a magician. A beast of the underworld has tainted your friend's spirit, and without my help, she will die." Esmeranthia pauses to consider you, her gaze boring into your soul. I think your fate will be to one day destroy the one who brings ruin to my people. Until then, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yes. The Queen of Frost sends you to another room as she prepares the ritual. Many hours later, you are summoned again. You find the Queen standing over Ariadne, who, apart from being famished, appears fully recovered. Leave when you are ready, Esmeranthia declares, turning to leave, but heed my warning, hero. A shadow hangs over your soul. Stray but a little and you will fail, to the ruin of us all. Malachlips told me he was going to the village of Rumstock to investigate a rumor of a magical artifact. Ariadne explains as you leave the ritual house. I was to meet him there some days ago.
I cannot understand how you come to be here now, given the challenges that have stood before you.
As you journey towards Rumstock, you are disquieted by an increasing number of rumors concerning the village. It seems that every traveler coming from that direction has heard of a terrible ritualistic murders being performed in the woods nearby. The rumors also suggest the mage responsible has been captured. Disguised himself as a bard, one fellow declares. I saw him with my own eyes and he has the look of a killer. Don't worry, continues the man. There'll be justice served for those poor souls when that necromancer burns at the stake. Dang it, Malachlips.
I hate them, even when they're helpful. You could have easily kept the priests out of this, you know.
And you could have easily kept your mouth shut, you know. You meet a wandering priest who greets you in a friendly manner. For a small share of your provisions, I will bless you. Okay. Try again. Well, we gained some fame. You are camped on the side of a road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appear beyond the light of the campfire. You have glimpsed your doom, I take it. The curse is in the cards, you know. He limps from the shadows to sit next to you, although somehow the fire fails to illuminate his form at all. The spell that will be your salvation requires several unique ingredients. The first task will be to harvest the horn of a diabolic creature. I know of one that will be easy to overcome, he says, producing a silver whistle from his cloak. Strike quickly, though, he pauses to add, or it may escape and you will spend countless lifetimes regretting it. The whistle releases a sharp note and a fiery portal appears between the two of you. A short-horned creature steps out as the portal closes behind it. Hey, Theophilus, you called? The devil asks, looking up at him. The child-sized creature seems oblivious to your presence for the moment. Ask the creature for its horn. What? You want my horn? The little devil exclaims, looking around. You brought me here so this mortal could harvest my horn? I thought you were my friend. Well, let's talk to the little devil. The little devil disappears in a puff of smoke and ash. Theophilus shakes his head with his eye. You have cost me, mortal, but any punishment I inflict would be nothing compared to your fate now. Welp. I was trying to be nice to the devil. But no, apparently I do it wrong. Oh well. You want another? Let's see. We live in dangerous times. Nah.
So the noose begins to tighten, and we question the very stakes.
You arrive on the outskirts of the village of Rumstock, where Malachlips is being held captive. A wooden stake with brushwood piled around it stands in the village center. A few peasants stand around talking eagerly about the impending doom of the so-called necromancer. Track down the town mayor who, despite your pleas, refuses to consider sparing the mage's life. The creature is bound head to toe in blessed armor. Iron, and he'll stay that way until burning under a full moon. Good, decent folk from this town have been murdered, and I will see to it that they receive justice. And who are you that we should listen, the mayor exclaims. It will take more than the word of a nameless mercenary to free this creature of darkness. 40 fame. Oh, man. I have no way of getting 40 fame. Do you know what that means? You gotta play cards with Lord Apollyon. joyous. Also, we are out of food. Whoops. Like, it is theoretically possible that you could, like, collect everything you need without actually having to play the games. If you're lucky, that is. You know. I cannot convince the village. Those dreadful peasants in the provinces can be savage folk, Apollyon declares. But I have a solution, if you will. But play the cards once more. If you win, I will use my considerable influence to spread word of your great deeds in service of the people. A bards will sing your praises across the empire. The rabble love nothing more than a hero, a real defender of the people, Apollyon explains dryly. If it helps, I'll even have my personal herald accompany you. Your needs are more particular in this case, so I must insist that you up your ante. If I win, you must stay and entertain my guests with tales of your adventures. Okay. That's the spirit. Huh. How odd. It's so very easy to win this. Another win, Apollyon exclaims. You are adept at both combat and the finer arts. I shall make plans with my associates tonight to support your cause. Oh. Oh, my back, dude. Alright, let's approach the village. As you approach, the woman tending her garden spots you. She sends her child to fetch the mayor, and minutes later, a throng of other villagers approach, led by a balding man. Look! Someone calls out, the hero of the empire is in our village. You're here for the demon, of course, the mayor says as you approach. You must have heard that we captured it ourselves. Don't worry, the mayor continues. We intend to burn it during the full moon. You ask the mayor to take you to Malaklips, who you find sitting in a small cell bound in silver chains set with glowing runes. With some effort, you manage to convince the mayor to release him into your custody for proper disposal. I'm sure you know best when it comes to creatures of the underworld, the mayor says, but we have the fire planned and everybody is coming. Perhaps you could stay just until the full moon, he said hopefully. No. At the edge of the village, the mayor reluctantly removes Malaklips' chains and stands well back as you leave. Thanks, Malaklips says. These country folks weren't kidding around. He goes on to relate how he was set upon as he entered the village, being accused for some local murders involving magic. Sure seemed that they knew I was coming, and where did they get those anti-magic chains from? You fill Malaklips in on what happened to Ariadne. What about Estrella and Colbjorn, he asks as you begin your journey back towards the capital.
So many enemies await you, and so many would stop you moving forward.
Man, now a ransom? The next day, you stop to rest at a small inn. There are a few other patrons as you consume a sparse meal before retiring to your room. Moments later, you hear a noise at the window. It suddenly opens, allowing a hooded stranger to slip inside. Relax your sword arms, mercenaries, the woman exclaims, warding you away with an open hand. I seek only to deliver a message that your colleague, Gorbjorn, has been acquired by the guild. You see, she continues, leaning against the windowsill, with recent setbacks to our income potential, we've had to expand our enterprise with kidnapping and so on. And a rival tribe has an impressive bounty on your friend's head. It's all just business, but for only 150 gold, you can buy your friend's life back. Bring the gold to the East Market Square and someone will contact you. Otherwise, well, I can't say how he'll be treated by those barbarians, the cloaked woman says as she ducks back out of the window, vanishing into the darkness once more. Now, we can do this one ourselves, if we're willing to grind it out.
Across 100 years, almost every true artifact of power has been lost.
What used to be a lavish monastery has taken a major hit from a recent raid. A monk laments, it's a shame about the missing gold, but it's an even greater tragedy that they've stolen a holy relic. Look, they've left a trail, cries Ariadne, pointing out an artifact behind a bush.
Thank you to keep that far away from me.
Hey, we got Thunderbolt! Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. More effective against corrupted, but also does extra stun damage to shamans, chanters, mages, shadows, and undead. Very nice. Oh, trappers. You follow a trail of abandoned trinkets to find the northern raiders sleeping on top of a pile of treasure in a conspicuous forest clearing. Let's take the stealthy approach. You stealthily tie the raiders up without disturbing their slumber and haul the stolen items back to the monastery. The monks grab the carved sapphire hat from you as soon as you return. The holy relic! This is worth far more than gold to us, so please, take the rest. Well, this was definitely the time to get this gold reward. Hell yeah! You are camped on the side of the road one moonless night when a familiar pair of yellow eyes suddenly appears beyond the light of the campfire. You have glimpsed your doom, I take it. The curse is in the cards. Yeah, fine. Avalopolis, you called. Let's strike him from behind. With a mighty blow to the head, you knock the devil unconscious. Soon you have removed one of the beast's horns and handed it to Theophilus, who places it in a sack made from the same dark material of his cloak. The next step is normally as difficult to achieve as obtaining the devil horn, but luck is with us again. The agent of your downfall has provided us exactly what we need. He gestures and your skin begins to glow. To possess so many blessings is rare for a mortal. I shall add their power to the mix. Theophilus opens a small vial towards you, and with a sickening tug, you feel some part of you torn away. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. This will do nicely, Theophilus says with satisfaction as he seals the urn. Never lose hope, mortal, he calls as he returns to the river. The Dark One may still lose his prize yet. Alright, we got some room to maneuver now. So let's see if we can't somehow get this 150 gold. Sorry about the grind again. Oh. Yuck. Watch the game just refuse to give us gold now. Like, that would absolutely be our luck. Hey, gold! Yay! We got some gold! Yeah! Man, all this bad luck, all this minus, yo. Hey, food. Ah, I didn't see you doubled it. I just saw that you posted it. Rip. I jumped the gun because I saw your vote. I need to go slower. Let's go to camp real quick. Yes, like I said, sorry. Let's see, can I sell anything here that I'm not using? No. Darn. Too bad I can't sell food or anything. That would make things nice. Ooh, a general store.
Your allies, of course, help in times of trouble, but when the tables are turned...
You find yourself in the eastern district of the capital, approaching the markets. The Thieves' Guild would undoubtedly find you there and demand the ransom money. You enter into a wide courtyard filled with stalls and milling citizens. Within moments, you are roughly drawn into a shady corner protected from prying eyes by a variety of hanging carpets. Hello again, the cloaked woman begins brightly, her two beefy companions silently taking positions on either side of you. How did we go? Are we saving any lives today? You hand over a sack of coins, which is promptly seized by one of the large men. Hope there wasn't too much trouble to get your hands on, the woman comments as the coins are counted. Eventually, the man nods to the woman and the two men leave, taking the gold. No hard feelings, eh? It's just business. The woman smiles, drawing up her cloak. Suddenly, she dashes away, vanishing behind a pile of rolled-up carpets. Afraid that you might have just been hoodwinked, you wander back through the crowds in time to see Kolbjorn being thrown from a moving wagon. You paid them, he says, standing and brushing himself off. I owe you my life. Kolbjorn relates the tale of his capture and confinement by the guild. Estrella wasn't with me when I was taken. I don't know what fate has befallen her.
One has to wonder why a sudden wave of carelessness has overtaken your allies.
Right. Doesn't it appear super odd that all of a sudden our allies are suddenly being beset by misfortune? A herald enters the marketplace and announces that Captain Estrella Fiore, traitor to the Empire, has been captured. She has been sentenced to death by the Emperor himself. The herald continues, let her fate be an example to all who would consider defying his will. It won't work, interrupts the commoner. The more execution he hands out, the more the free people will rebel. The Emperor is cracking down on the lawlessness running rampant in this city, the herald responds, and you sound like a rebel yourself. Discreet inquiries leads you to learn that Estrella is being held in a remote Empire stronghold, but nobody claims knowledge of where it is. How will we ever rescue Estrella if we cannot even find her? Arm wrestling. I love wrestling with arms. Not really. I'm always terrified when I arm wrestle that I'm just gonna like dislocate my shoulder, so I don't arm wrestle. Also dislocate my wrist, break my arm in half. I've heard lots of bad things from arm wrestling.
Hunting for food, I
The
understand,
fabled beast.
but for sport?
You find a pair of giant hogs locking tusks. They're too busy fighting for dominance to notice you enter their territory as you slay the biggest of the two. The other flees, leaving a trail of blood behind. Across the field, a boar knocks Ursus to the ground. Oh, you didn't have to vote for that. It'll randomly just pop up for some reason, and I don't really know why. Well, we got more food. Look at them food gains, yo.
Everything is a wager, but our difference is that we understand that game must have rules and definitions if it is to bind.
You enter a tavern one easy evening just as a gang of soldiers rise angrily from a table, leaving just a well-dressed civilian seated. You cheating son of a harpy, one of them yells. Gentlemen, please, I cannot help it if Lady Luck has taken to me this fine evening. Nobody's that lucky, a soldier exclaims, drawing his sword. The other soldiers advance toward the table. The unarmed man suddenly leaps from his chair and ducks behind you. Mercenary, I implore you, I am but a humble and honest merchant in need of aid. You saved me from this band of treacherous fiends whom I have offended merely by playing fairly a number of games of chance, and I'll pay you with gold. Hey, that's our gold, Hansel. know, none shall touch Hansel, for we are Gretel. We warned you, stranger. Hansel runs and hides behind the bench, his money bags clinking loudly as the battle begins. Hey, this is the first time Ariadne has fought with us. That's one anvil of a hammer, by the way. Steel and flesh both subscribe to the same rules. If you hit them hard enough, they do what you want. When activated, Ariadne performs powerful attacks that cause high armor damage.
Time to wreck this joint!
Time to wreck this joint!
Come on!
Damn. Could you imagine just getting the shit smacked out of you by a hammer anvil? Like, Jeebus. I love how we have a blessing that literally says, yeah, you do more damage for the first Empire person you hit in battle. Huh. Ariadne smash! Have you ever watched the Strongest Man's competition? Like, we're talking like the world's Strongest Man competition. It is ridiculous. Having dealt with the threats of the vengeful soldiers, you turn to find Lucky Hansel lying still behind the bench, a northerner warrior crouched over him. The man who cheats has no honor, the northerner says matter-of-factly, sheathing his knife and hefting the merchant's money bags. He will not cheat me again. Do we search Hansel, or do we stop the northerner from escaping with the gold? Let's search Hansel. An Empire captain arrives with a dozen men, and after some brief questioning, soon leaves to pursue the northerner. I guess we need to stop the gold. Oh well. It's actually really interesting, to be honest. Like, you're watching people pull trucks with their teeth. You're watching them deadlift so much so much weight. It's just... like, these are men with, like, muscles as big as I am wide. One day, you come across a man wrapped in a torn grey cloak, sitting on a rock by the path through a sports wood. Greetings, mortal, Theophilus utters as you stop. The next element of your magical salvation is approaching, he begins without bothering to stand. You will meet a traveler on the outskirts of the forest. Trade with him to obtain the feather of an angel. Do not reveal what use you would have for it. I wish you luck. Not long after, you meet a dwarf, bristling with bags, sacks, and other knickknacks. Let's trade! I'm sure we can come to a mutually beneficial transaction. It happens I do have angel feather that I traded from a kobold mystic in the western provinces. Do you need it for anything particular? Begin. Managed to convince the dwarf that the feather is probably a fake, worth little more than a few beads in the torn half of a map you find in your pack. The dwarf is barely out of sight when Theophilus is suddenly beside you, saying that dwarf has never had such a valuable prize in his possession and perhaps never will again. But now it is time for the spell to be completed. Theophilus takes the feather and adds it to the spell concoction. The vial gives a silent, bright flash, then returns to normal. At last, Theophilus cries in excitement. After all these years, I will be free! You lunge forward, reaching for the vial, but Theophilus is already opening it.
Nicely timed.
No! Theophilus cries as you wrestle the vial from his crest. Please, mortal, You don't understand. This is my only chance for freedom. Explain yourself. I was like you once, full of purpose and an inflated sense of destiny, Theophilus says bitterly. I dared to stake my soul on a card game. I have been enslaved since before the Empire formed, but before even the Dragon Slayers waged their war. I have seen and done things that would drive you to madness. That vile I shall suffer countless lifetimes more. Uh-oh, what do you think? Let's see. Wow. So, we can't actually get the gold token no matter what, unfortunately. To get the gold token, we have to save Theophilus, but we cannot save Theophilus and beat this level, so... Eternal Hope! No, you have condemned me to eternal torment! So we needed a certain card to be in our deck and to be on this map. Which we don't have. Desperate for salvation, your ally has turned against you. Death is no release for me, Theophilus whispers as he fades away, and soon it won't be for you either. You return to the fine mansion of Lord Apollyon and are granted an immediate audience. You say that another friend of yours is in peril? Lord Apollyon remarks. How fascinating. You relate some detail as to Estrella's situation. We live in dangerous times indeed, Apollyon says, shaking his head. How goes your quest? I mean, we need help. It's no trivial thing you wish to gamble for this day, Apollyon says, looking concerned. Even I cannot sway the Emperor's decision on your friend, and helping you intervene would be tantamount to treason. Perhaps if you win, that I could give you the means to rescue your friend, Apollyon concedes, but if I were to make such a gamble, then you must risk something equally significant. Apollyon leans forward, fixing you with his gaze. If I win, you must serve me until I release you. Or until I die, of course. Apollyon smiles softly at the suggestion. Well, champion, Apollyon asks, clearly eager to begin the game. Are you willing to gamble one life for another? Apollyon smiles wickedly and deals the cards. Look at that. You're supposed to lose. But that's why we had to drink the potion. Now we've got a 2 in 5 chance of guessing correctly. Your luck versus my luck, Emotive. Pick a card. Alright, I have made my decision. I want to know what your decision is. Put your guess in the chat, and then I'm guessing mine. You're feeling 6 or 1? We were both right! Apollyon sits silently for a moment, glaring at the cards before turning on you in anger. You cheated! How did you do it? Tell me what magic you possess! The room falls into shadow as Apollyon throws the table aside with a flick of the wrist and advances on you. Flames erupt from the hearth and Apollyon seizes you, declaring, I must grant your prize, mortal, but know that I will not forget this.
Can you hope to resolve things now?
You awaken later, just out of sight of an Imperial fort with various items and potions scattered around you. You gather what you can as carrion birds suddenly lose interest in you and fly away. Well armed and feeling invigorated, you approach the fort. A call to arms rises from the walls as twin ballistas stall your advance. Imperial soldiers block the path ahead. And you said your luck sucks. I say pshaw. Henricus, the warden, loyal to the Emperor and unforgiving in battle. Hehehe. We're just gonna get some blocks in real quick. Try to get rid of some of this stuff while we have a chance. I'm not too worried about Mr. Knight here. Ow. I like how we just kind of like whip our shield around and whap people. There you go, good sir. That makes him angry, though. Heh. Ha! Knocked his head off. Stabbed through the heart, and he's to die because we killed him with a sword. We got Pikachu and a lightning bolt crossbow thing. Pikachu, I choose you! Yeah. Fuck. And let's kill him with that. Give him heart palpitations. Nice. That's what I wanted to see.
A reward well earned.
That's doubly what I wanted to see. Now we don't have to use these pious robes. Which suck, by the way. With birds already feasting on the greater part of the fort's garrison, you gain easy access to the fort and locate Estrella in her cell. Took your time, she says with a crooked smile. You briefly relate the difficulties that have beset your other companions as you exit the now deserted fort. I've heard the wardens say that someone gave them information, told them right where I was going to be the day they ambushed me, Estrella says, pausing to relieve a fallen soldier of his weapon. Sounds like someone with a lot of clout went to a lot of trouble organizing all this. You are making some powerful enemies. Yep.
The impossible seems out of your grasp, at least for now.
I mean, this just gives us an
Much left to
artifact,
do,
but...
we are beginning to.
Little devil on a stump. Little devil by your side. We got the Hellion Shield. We got the Inquisitor's Raiment. Nobody expects the Dragon Age Inquisition. Mostly because this isn't the right series for that. G'hay!
You bring me word of the world outside. Good. Let us see what the cards tell us of the time that precedes us.
Alright. Estrella. At some point, I do need to go back to, which one was it? Not Lost Boy, it was... I don't even remember which one it was. Temple Prayers gives you free blessings, but... Whatever. Alright, equipment. What are we getting? Chance Gambits. Gonna need food, it seems. Alright. A sorceress is besieged by Empire soldier. Rumor has it she holds knowledge significant to the Emperor. Ascend the sorceress's tower guarded by levels of traps and strange magic to find the answers you seek.
The blasted tower has been long the symbol of mankind's folly, of things coming to an end. We have not yet reached our conclusion, yet we creep closer with each step.
An encampment of Empire soldiers surround the base of a colossal tower with picks and hammers that gradually chip at the black stone. An older soldier greets you. Greets your approach. Captain Hardwick of the 6th Legion. What's your business, yeah? No clue. There's a door in the forest landing that will not open unless you provide an offering of apples to the gargoyle statue. Moreover, it permits only one soul to pass. All of the men I've sent through the door have not returned. You gotta pay the food toll. What is your business? Captain Hardwick is taken aback and then laughs. We were posted here to find a woman who seeks to bring down the Empire. You're a woman! Maybe it's you. He chuckles incredulously before continuing. They say the traitor is hidden in this tower, betrothed to the sorceress within. Of course, they didn't think to tell us the tower is a death trap. I've lost many good soldiers in there. Sent far too many men that make a forsaken tower and they never return. So as far as I'm concerned, you're welcome to it. Sent word to the capital that this is a doggone accursed mission. Haven't heard back, of course, so Mervyn over there suggested we topple the tower with force. Behind Hardwick, a soldier hammers at the rock in a frenzy, a manic grin on his face. Mervyn loves breaking things. Okay, so we have 6 lands before the tower falls. So basically, we're probably gonna need to get around, what, 100 food, maybe? Great.
A splash of silver and an opportunity to mold the world to your liking.
While wandering the forest, you spy a deer glowing with a silver light. Uh-oh. With great care, you close the distance. The deer watches you with golden brown eyes, but it does not flee. Let's offer it some cake. Hello, dear. Would you like some cake, dear? Ooh, I thought we were gonna get a great fail.
Breathe, you have done well.
You offer a spice cake to the deer. After sniffing it a while, it nibbles at it, allowing you to pet its warm, speckled fur. I would love to pet a deer. Silver light surrounding the deer spreads up your arm until it engulfs you as well. You feel a strange sensation in your kneecaps and watch in dismay as the spice cakes you had been saving dissolve into nothingness. Inexplicably, you are filled with pride. You wonder whether there's a pattern in the silver light's magic. Well,
the blasted tower is the home of one who can answer your questions. I do not think she will appreciate you calling, however.
well, this is awkward.
Even as the Empire closes down, as each piece becomes more isolated, still the gates open. Nothing can be kept silent forever.
In the forest, a man in embarrassing green tights is casually preparing a human-sized net trap. He waves cheerfully as you pass.
A balance of resources is key. No one wants to perish wealthy but starving.
I love how I had no food and no money, so the guy was just like, yeah, we'll let this guy walk by even though we look kind of, suspicious. No biggie. Right? That's how it happens, right?
Yeah, no big deal. I'm just making a human-sized trap to catch, human-sized bugs. Yes. Yes, human-sized bugs in my,
Suspiciously human net trap. Yeah. Because, you know, that's how it be. Don't ya know? La da da da. Ba da da da. No, I think we might only need like 80 food total, which would still take a while, but... At this point, though, who really knows what we need? Little devil on the floor. Little devil, oh no more. A little devil with a broken horn slouches on a tree stump in a dark forest. While glum, he appears harmless, so you approach him with only a little caution. My father banished me from the underworld because he thinks I'm not evil enough. Apparently my curses are just too weak. Do you know any curses? Nope. You don't have any? Well, here. Take one of mine. Really? It's like, man, nobody should be without curses. So here, take one of mine. Oh, gee. Oh, gosh, gee, gosh, darn. Goodness, Rick. Oh. Got one of them curses. Gosh, golly, gee, gosh, diggity dang.
Fame, of course, is a sword that cuts both ways. There are times when one would rather not be known.
You pass through a village, just another adventurer. The villagers nod kindly as you pass. Oh, they're so kind. Because we are not known. We are not infamous enough. Yes. Food. Nom 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 me nom 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 ami nom pa 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 down pa pa down pa ta down pa 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 down. Yeah, I'm trying to break up like the whole grind and like actually exploring some of the other stuff. Okay. Hey, there's more food. Hey, the merchant's favor. What's this? Hit 120 enemies with this. Huh. Interesting.
So much revenge permeates the world these days. I cannot help but feel responsible.
Plus, there's not a whole lot to talk about right now anyway with the game, so that's also good. We're just kind of... We need food. So, we're going to be kind of grinding up for this food regardless of what we did, so... This just honestly speeds it up. Just chili time. And I'm trying to actually, like, sit and wait when there's actually a gain card so you can decide if you want to do it or not. Ugh. Hey. Arm wrestling. I love arm wrestling. It's wrestling with the arms until you break your arm or dislocate your shoulder or really anything bad.
To be their master.
Big money. Barely. Holy shit. Ugh. Whilst passing through a nondescript village, a red-faced drunk grabs your arm. It's the mercenary that was at the burning of Braden. The villagers refuse to believe your protested innocence. Surrounded by a bevy of sharp pitchforks, you hear a voice shrill. Will you submit to a trial by fire, you murderer? If it's combat killing, all the villagers will surely make you more notorious. Okay. Before you know it, you find yourself tied to a stake. The villagers eagerly set the wood at your feet alight. Well, we almost got the critical
Even when
failure.
things appear impossible, they can be mastered.
You are seared by the
Keep
flame.
practicing.
We are going to continue dealing with the fire. Overcome with shame, the villagers douse the flames and remove your binding. You leave the village. I guess you could say that was one hot situation. Cough. Well, we can pay a food toll, but let's get more than just the food toll. So. Cough. La da da dee da. We can get a 5? Hell yeah, we can. I am sweating.
You are not the only one who would seek to ascend. Not in any sense.
Let's explore new lands. A toll bridge through the valleys is manned by an odd family of goblins. They demand payment of your life. You find a makeshift tent in the forest. From the tent comes a raucous cacophony of drunken merriment and devious schemes. Snap! Your foot breaks a twig and the noise falls silent. Alright. How's your luck doing, Emotive? Choose your card wisely.
Failure.
A hulking ogre exits the tent.
Well, I guess it could have been worse.
Could have been 2 ogres. I mean, hey, out of the 4 cards, you picked the second best card. Never cheat an ogre on a straight deal.
Whatever you're planning, now would be a good time to fill me in.
Ow, my face! Ha! We beat his butt. We only got punched in the face once. A mage pokes her head out of the tent and notices the dead body. Alright, look, we don't have time for this. Here! She throws a sack of something at you.
I dare say mine rather more than yours, at least at this
Don't
point.
follow us!
Time will tell how that changes.
Okay, hold on a quick second. This guy again. Alright, what do you think it is? I have my guess for this one. I just want to know if you were following the cards with your eyes or not. We were both wrong. This would have been a perfect one, too, for us to win. God. Dang, that would have given us a lot of food, too. Man.
Under the usurper, the world fills with the untalented.
A net sweeps you and Estrella up into a tangle of elbows and awkward knee angles. A trap. A man in embarrassing green tights strolls towards you. Ho there, moneybags! He twists his mustache narrowly as he trips over his own feet. You wouldn't mind if I share the wealth with those less fortunate, would you? He moves to release you from the net, but stops chiding himself. He uncomfortably bids you farewell and leaves you to entangle yourself. He's like, wait, why would I untie them? They're gonna kill me. Oh yeah, they sell the same stuff, so I'm gonna buy this.
Nobility continues to reward
Let's see.
itself, and the rich become yet more wealthy.
Ah, I require more notoriety. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, good. More infamy. Massive failure. The fire builds quickly at your feet. We're taking a lot of pain here. Oh, wonderful. More enemies, too. Oh, wonderful.
On my mark.
Uh-oh.
We're in a small spot of trouble right now.
Our curse is gone now, though. So that's nice. Yes, getting rid of curses is always good. Good, good, good. Good, 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 good. In this instance, I would probably say food's still more important. Yeah. You still had it correct. You still gave me what I wanted. Whew. Ugh. Down, 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 bow, 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 down, down, down. All right. I would love another max gain card, because that would be appreciated, you know. The maximum gains. ask and ye shall receive. Alright, I'm gonna explore these last 3, I think, and then we're gonna see what it looks like inside the tower. After we get this +5, of course.
An opportunity once more to find what you need.
You see an adventurer leaving a farm with a large basket of fresh vegetables and sweet pies. He grins at you as he passes, looking terribly pleased with himself. An elderly farmer flaps his hands at you as you near the farm. Ho, adventurer, he shouts. Be you a small potato or a reclaimed hero? Come closer so my eyes can see you. He squints at you and declares you a nobody. Small potato after all. Rude. Ah, carriage of the dead again. We need 2 16s in a row, which we're not going to get. Ah, fuck! Well, we still wouldn't have gotten it anyway, but fuck. Well, we got 15 gold.
And now let us see how queens are made.
If we are to
How they fall.
If we are to defend Firewater from the Empire, we will need help. Estrella leads you through the town until you reach the cellar door of an abandoned farmhouse. My contact is of the Siltiers, long thought lost. Estrella pulls aside the heavy cellar door and waves you in. You follow Estrella through a damp corridor that burrows deep into the earth. Through here, she says, and watch your step. Oh boy. Ow! My toesies! She doesn't enjoy visitors usually. The Empire have been after her for years. Estrella opens the door to a dimly lit cavern. A giant humanoid rat sits on a pile of rags. A tattered hood casts its face in shadows. Immense and grizzled, the rat's long snout is gray with age. You find your way past the cellar door of an abandoned farmhouse and to the cavern hideaway of the last Siltia. It bears sharp teeth and rasps. What goes? Elder Queen, it is Estrella of Farwater. Your companion steps forward and bows. It has been many years since we last spoke, but I seek your help. A great army marches to take this town. The rat's milky eyes blink for a while before her ancient head nods. It taps a claw at a box of artifacts, some old and rusted, others shining and new. Then it draws a symbol in the dust and raises one finger. Estrella nods. She wants the artifact Empire's Burden. Ask about the Siltiers. The Siltier hisses. No, none left. Only a rat left. Estrella frowns with guilt. Long before either of us were born, the Siltiers were a significant presence in this land. Then, I believe, a past emperor decreed that they must be purged. How did you come by an unusual contact? When I was a child, I stumbled upon this underground maze in the Elder Queen quite by accident. This was, of course, long before I was even a soldier, before the propaganda campaigns declaring Siltier's monstrous vermin to be eradicated. Estrella shakes the bad thoughts from her head and gazes sadly at the ancient rat. She saved my sister and me from an underground worm once. She was quite the fearsome fighter back then. I suppose she's getting quite long in the tooth now. She must be at least 300 years old. Is she really royalty? This was all before my time, so I can't be sure. When I was a child, when she was less old, she referred to herself as Elder Queen. Now she just calls herself a rat. The Empire doesn't have much official interest in their history. From what I've heard, the Siltiers did have royalty. Kings and queens and princes. Well, we don't have the Empire's burden. Unfortunate. Okay. Let's enter the tower. Captain Hardwick signals you over. Once you reach a safe landing, return to report what you have seen. Make a watch over you. You arrive at the first landing and the first door. True to Hardwick's word, the wooden door lacks even a handle, and your attempts to kick it open are futile. There's a stone gargoyle beside it, its hands outstretched and its mouth a gaping grin. You hear ancient gears in the walls click to life, and the handle of the door swings open. You enter, but as Estrella goes to follow you, the gargoyle's eyes flare red, and the stone door slams shut. No amount of pushing manages to budge it. The only way is up. You venture up the stairs, preparing yourself for whatever is in store. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum. Ow! 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 Oh, man. Relieved, you pass through the trap level's exit. There's a stone lever by the exit, glowing with silver light. You take a risk and pull it. A wreath of silver light passes through you. You feel a strange sensation in your kneecaps, and you watch your coins disintegrate, only to be replaced by other coins. Bizarrely, you sense your notoriety has changed. I wonder whether there's a pattern to the silver light's magic. Well, we've got 140 fame now. Pulling the lever appears to have deactivated the traps. It is now safe to journey up to this point.
Who is it who dwells atop this tower?
Stairs
And why do they
spiral
strive
up
so to keep you out?
into the light. As you ascend the stairs, you pass a dimly lit landing, empty save for a primitively hewn stone bear set in the center. Approach the statue. Close up, the statue's eyes are bored so deep into the stone that they resemble dark, endless pits. There's an inscription etched upon its snout. I laugh, and she cursed me. I walked for an age to see her weeping. I felt fury as she kissed her lover. Grant me the face of my last hour. So I laughed and she kissed me. I walked for an age to see her weeping. I felt fury as she kissed her lover. So her the last face was an angry face. What? Rip. I was wrong. What? What do you think the face of the last hour would be? It's not an angry face. maybe? I don't know. Let's try it. First, nothing happens and you feel quite foolish. Then golden liquid begins to leak from the statue's eyes as it drips onto the floor. It hardens into solid gold tears. Oh, interesting. You journey upward into the tower and arrive at another handleless door. The distant sound of blades heralding more traps beyond the threshold. Beside it, another stone gargoyle. Remembering your promise, you head back to the tower to report to Captain Hardwick. You report to Captain Hardwick about what you had witnessed within the tower. He notes it down and lets you go on your way. Let's approach the farmer. He squints at you and cries, clapping his leathery hands in joy. Why, it's you! I'm honored! Adventurer, simply honored. He insists on gifting you a basket, overflowing with food. Damn, son! So it looks like we'll have to pay a toll of 20 food each time we go in. So we'll need at least 60 food then, I guess? Nothing new in the trade.
Fame and glory ease the path to success, if nothing else.
Yeah, sure, I'll pay 10 gold. How much is this one worth, Brian? Value is, 41.
Hardly seems fair to allow others to armor themselves against your onslaughts.
The peeler. Let's get some more health, because apparently I am death prone right now. But apparently the game's just like, yeah, you got money, that counts as health, right? I'm like, haha, no. So, for that bear statue puzzle, why did you choose happy? If you have a reason, or did you just guess? I guess. Alright, let's appease the goyles.
How easily will you pass the traps put there to stop you?
My leg!
My face! Ow. My crotch! My face again! Ah! Man, I was so good at this last week. What happened? Ah! 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 Ah, we got some health. It's okay. We basically just got back everything we lost by being stupid. Ow, my neck! It's okay, I'm a professional. Relieved you passed through the trail, blah, blah, blah. Your coins become baked potatoes and your rations turn to silver. Well, we got a lot of food now.
More traps. More questions.
Suddenly you hear a shriek like a banshee and a dark shape comes rushing down the steps towards you. Dodge. You lay flat against the wall and the dark shape rushes past into the light. You recognize the sigil of the Empire and the split second before its head snaps around to reveal a soldier. Her face is gaunt and pale, her eyes wild. She waits coiled with tension at the bottom of the stairs. How did she get here? She shakes her head violently as if trying to dislodge an unwelcome thought. A voice cracked from disuse rasps from her. Miriam? I'm not Miriam. No. She begins to cry, her tears cleaning tracks down her dusty face. You quickly note what's further out the stairs, yet another gargoyle-guarded door before guiding the weeping soldier gently out of the tower. Captain Hardwick's surprised that the soldier's return to the camp is replaced by a mask of pity and fear as she alternates between mistaking her fellow soldiers for Miriam and weeping uncontrollably. Hardwick stops you before you go. Yeah, she has no use for it anymore, and you saved her. A battered helm. Okay. Well, let's try to get some more health again. So right now we have more than enough food. Actually, we don't even need to do that. Hum nom 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 nom. Alright, let's appease the gargoyles again. My god, was the trapper here? Ah! 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 It's okay, we're a professional. We're at full health. It was planned. See, you thought I was actually in danger. Nah. Nah, 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 nah. My rations transform into fresh baked vegetable pies? Oh, my notoriety and my food just switched.
The end is in sight.
As you climb, you notice more and more vines breaking through the tower masonry. You reach the next landing and your jaw drops. Somehow, growing from the stone is a huge tree. Seems ancient. Craning your neck, you see its branches disappear high in the darkness above. It sways gently despite there being no breeze. Ignore the strange dungeon tree. Now let's climb it. Grab hold of a branch and hoist yourself up. As you navigate the twisted branches, you feel like a child again. Dim light filters peacefully through the leaves, dappling the tower in a warm glow. Hanging from the branch, you spy a pear glowing with a familiar silver light. Let's eat the pear. The pear is crisp and sweet. Its sickly juices clog your throat and you begin to choke. You feel a sensation in your kneecaps and you watch your coins disintegrate, only to be replaced with other coins. Okay. So we can just switch things around right here, if we wanted to. Alright, back down to Hardwick. Why, let's just go right back on in. You return to the tower and find the Empire camp empty. Cursing, you realize that Captain Hardwick and his soldiers have decided to ascend the tower. If they find the soldiers, they will surely kill her.
Mages have always had to deal with fear. The usurpers organized an inquisition to put an end to us. He has not succeeded yet.
Though no hungry gargoyles bar your way, the traps have been powered up again. You grit your teeth and enter the first trap again. You must reach the top of the tower before it's too late. Ba ba da bum. Ba ba da bum. Hope you know your way around. Thankfully, I'm what you call a professional at this point. Ow! Ow! Fuck! Ow! Shit! Tits! Oh god! Youch! With no time to waste, you mount the stairs to the next trap level. Ow! Ow! Oh god! Ah, shit! Ah! Oh, boys! Ah, jeez! Oh no! Oh, jeez! Oh, goodness! Gotcha! It's okay, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Drawing ragged breaths, you continue toward the third trap level. Is it the final one? You ready yourself and run through the door. Aye, we run raw through it. Do it, blew it, ran raw through it. Do it, blew it, we're gonna run through it. Do ba do boo ba do 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 beep ba do do ba da 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 da. Ow! A butt! Oh god. My second butt. Oh god, butt number 3. Past this door, you go ever upward to the next gargoyle, you'll find the way clear. The door is ajar. You push past it, but it does not lead to another trap level. A cold breeze buffets you. You are outside, being pulled this way and that by the winds. If you fell, it would be to your death. Stairs loop around the tower, leading upwards, surely to the top. You reach the top to see an old robed woman restrained in ropes. Captain Hardwick holding a sword to her throat. There's no pitying eyes. He looks at you, only wild fear. Back! You have been corrupted by mage filth! Unnatural, dangerous filth! His voice rises shrilly as he lifts his sword for the executioner's blow. You leap forward and parry his strike. Filth! Have at thee! He tooted his horn! Respected by his soldiers, a family man with a fondness for fishing, and now one of you will die.
I ask you to reconsider, Captain. You will not have another opportunity.
My face! That man was an intense tutor. You begin to untie the old maid. She stares unblinkingly. You are the one who will kill him. Who are you? I am the sorceress atop the tower. She doesn't appear to have anything else to say on the matter. Emperor, she licks her dry, wrinkled lips. Is that what he calls himself now? Sorceress becomes frustrated at your clear confusion. The game of life and death, girl! He controls it now, and the land weeps for it. The north is burning. Peasants are forced to leave their homes and wander until they starve. Have you not seen the slave ships sent south? The creek filled to the brim with his own children. He will force the world into submission if he must. She turns to you, voice low, and he wants to kill you. The Reaper, this Hardwick man. Yes, yes. The sorceress grasps your hands in hers. He wants to slice your head from your shoulders, to flay your skin and burn you alive. But you evade him at every turn. Do you not feel it in the air? The land rebels against his iron grip. The sorceress sweeps her arms high as a deep rumble fills the sky. The High Priestess will soon descend the mountain on the great beast as our people's last hope. The mages brew anarchy. The blight grows stronger every day. Soon the very sea will run red. This will not end until he is dead. Her head snaps to you, suddenly suspicious. What will you do if you face him? What are you talking about? Her ink black eyes scrutinize you. Listen closely. Do not trust the game. Do not trust those who covet the game's power. Heed these words. Before Callus, there was another. And before him, another. And another before that. Her dry, wrinkled hands grab yours. Swear to me if it comes to it. Her eyes are blacker than night. Smash it. Burn the throne. Split the game down the middle so none may sit at the table again. The Silver Deer, the Fairy Ring, the Mystic Island. Bounty Hunter's Realm. Wanderers and Assassin Blade. Cool. The Unimpressed Farmer, the Confused Thief, and the Demon Are. Ding 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 a ding ding a ding a ding a ding a ding.
The act of creation is really what I crave. You don't know what it is to sit in the seat of life and death, to know that the changes you make, the rules you create, trickle into the world, and in turn, change it. I miss them, my Jackson Queens, the members of my court. Each of them died long ago, of course, but they lived with me through my game. Now they are all lost, and I have merely these parts to reassemble.
So I hate to do this, but I actually need to go somewhere tonight, and I'm also like dying in like heat
right now, and I'm like super exhausted, and I don't want to have to drive and be like dead tired. So I think I'm gonna have to call it here, unfortunately, for tonight. I'm like really dying of heat right now, actually. So this was a much shorter stream than I actually wanted, but yeah, I'm sorry. We'll try to do a longer one tomorrow or something, or Friday or next week, but yeah. We got some fun things coming up with the stars being, I don't know what this is. Fighting mages and corrupted. Then we've got a curse-filled one, so that's gonna be fun. And then, you know, whatever else comes after that. But yeah. This is where we're gonna call it for today. So, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And until the next time, everybody, stay funky, people.